When I got there, my brother laughed. Christmas told me I wasn't with family any longer the next morning when he closed his business overnight. I'm 33 years old and my name is Elias. I haven't seen my family in over 6 years. I didn't stay away because they were on my mind. When my mom I would text ship my birthday when I was retired. Christmas cards, gifts, and even order flowers for them, sent a simple thank you message, and sometimes they didn't answer at all. It got farther apart between us when I moved after leaving the country to find work, first to Switzerland and then to Canada. I always thought that when I came back, we'd reconnect. I was looking forward to being welcomed like someone who had been lost for a long time. But I was wrong. This December, I finally have some free time. I saved up my vacation days and booked a plane ticket. Bought tickets ahead of time and planned. I told no one about everything I did myself. I thought it would be fun to surprise them, so I was think about how happy they would be when I walked in the front door. I even worked on saying things on the plane. It's like Guess Who's Home, 14 of flying with many layovers and 3 overpriced cups of coffee. I got there tired, but I was happy because I thought I was finally again. But no one was there with me, being ready for me at the airport at first. I thought they were just behind me. Watched from the baggage claim. Some people hugged their families. Gradually shrunk. Over 30 minutes followed by an hour, and I finally, in the end, I gave up and took a cab. The quiet should have been I got to the house where I was warned grew up just before dark. The lights were turned on, and cars crowded the front garden. Through the window, I could see my family, 2 brothers, and their wives. There were even my cousins there. As I laughed at the dinner table, I could hear music. I heard cutlery and plates being used. While people were toasting, I knocked. There was no answer when I knocked on the door. Once more, but this time louder. Finally, when the door opened, it was my Uncle Mark. He held a drink in his hand and looked at me as if I was someone from the past at that time. Didn't know ghosts got it was an invitation? I went inside as he did. To the side without a hug or smile, anything nice. The nice scene I had seen was nowhere to be found. My mother stood up and blinked. "Oh, Elias," she said with a tight smile, twice, as if she had forgotten all of a sudden that I existed, was alive, and said, "You're here." Ryan, my brother, laughed and added, "Man, we moved on without you. Don't come back." "The pictures." "Okay," I said in a low voice. I looked at him gently, still amazed. Around the room, waiting for someone to come in, people would laugh and call it a joke. Everyone was quiet, even my dad. Didn't say anything as they ate, and making funny faces at me. My seat at the dinner table was gone. Rather than being moved, it was swapped out, for my name wasn't on the cabinet stocking over the stove. There wasn't any under the Christmas tree for me. It seemed like I had been taken out of the family. First stood it was frozen. My mom got up and moved. As she leaned forward, she pushed "Just say, please don't start anything." I wanted to answer and talk, but it was all I could do to just nod. I shut the door and walked out into the cold. I locked the door behind me that night and went to a simple hotel close to the highway. There wasn't a Christmas tree or a big meal. Only a burrito from a vending machine, and the sad truth is that I no longer had a real family. I didn't tell them, I didn't post anything in public, I didn't even cry. I sat in silence. The next morning I flew back to Canada. No one texted anyone, called it. The quiet sounded worse than for the next 2 months. I kept quiet. Went to work, ate, and then went to sleep. But the pain inside kept going. However, to cook like a slow burn. Something inside me started to change. Being cared for at the front door like a stranger by the people who raised sparked something in me that I hadn't get revenge right away. I just wanted peace and quiet. But when I thought about what had happened, I knew that they hadn't just forgotten about me. They chose to kick me out. That wasn't an accident, it was on plan. I started going through old emails, texts, and I started to see something I hadn't before in the pictures noticed before. They had slowly took me out of group talks, set up family events without my knowledge, and shared pictures with it has subtitles like "Everyone's here." I remember sending money to my dad the moment he said he needed help when I was fixing the roof. I bought a tablet to help my niece with schoolwork, and never being thanked for it. I had supported them from afar. The one they knew would be living a good life. They used to show me Elias, the traveler, and Elias, the man of business. But now that I'm no longer helping them, it didn't matter. The word that came to mind wasn't liked, but helpful. So I made a choice. It was not sad, it wasn't loud, plain and simple. I talked to a lawyer. I had always been the dependable one in my family, the one who signed, paid, or co-signed without hesitation. The house in Tahoe, my mom's car, even my brother Ryan's business all had my name behind them. I didn't realize how much I'd given until I laid it all out with a lawyer. It wasn't just money, it was my identity. Handed out piece by piece. After they left me out again without so much as a message on Christmas, I didn't explode. I just began to quietly reclaim what was mine. No drama, no warnings. I filed to be acknowledged on the Tahoe house title, declined to renew my mom's car lease, and pulled foreign interest from Ryan's company, which triggered a financial review. Then the panic started. Voicemails, group texts, my sister Lena, shouting in all caps, "What did you do?" But I didn't respond. For once, I didn't feel guilty. I wasn't trying to hurt them, I was just done being used. Lena eventually sent me a picture from Christmas dinner. Everyone was there, smiling. Except my chair empty. "We didn't mean to leave you out," her message read. "We just thought you wouldn't come. They didn't forget me. They erased me, so I wrote letters. Tom. Notarized. Final. I removed my name from every shared account, declined repayment, and stepped out of their story completely." The response was silence, then panic, then guilt. And then, news came. Uncle Ben had a stroke. It was Lena who told me. No one had checked on him for 2 days. I flew down quietly, visited the hospital. Ben was a shadow of himself, but he remembered me. He whispered, "I messed up. I saw you, even if no one else did." He was the only one who ever tried. As I left the hospital, I ran into Ryan. His voice cracked. "Can we fix it?" I paused, really thinking. "No," I said. "I don't hate you. But I'm done being the one you only remember when you need something." Before I left, I visited the old house, stood in front of the door like I used to. As a kid, no one opened it. No one said my name. And that's when I knew. Ending. That was the last time I looked back. Not out of anger but peace. I wasn't part of their story anymore. I had finally started writing my own.